Cowiak, Stacia Thompson, Sienna Macy, Ashley McKenzie, T. Fletcher, Regina Durkin, Kristen Coolston, and Cindy Campbell have been some of the standout players for this American side who look to book their ticket into the championship final. And now over to TNT, Anika George, Afia Glasgow, Danica Gordon, Kalisha Henry, Tandia Jack, Leah Kintiba, and Nicolette Pantor scored a couple of excellent tries yesterday in the first day of competition. As the teams get set to take the field, Kelson, we have the first team that's qualified. Jamaica are in the championship final. Who will meet them here today? That's to be determined.
Well, yes, Brian, it'll be very good competition here, all to play for here. And trying to be good, look good in spurts. I need to do well to come up against the counterparts from the USA. And again, look out for the number 12, Cindy Campbell. She's been instrumental yesterday for the USA team, and we can look for good things from her as we go out today.
Well, plenty of passion and excitement. As you can see there, both sides. These countries are getting set to go to battle here. Who will qualify for the championship final? Of course, the men's competition is tomorrow, and it is USA against Jamaica. So if USA win here, this could be a double USA versus Jamaica final. However, they'll have to get through Trinidad and Tobago if they want to do that. Some mixed results yesterday for TNT, but that was yesterday, and today is today.
And again, look for powerful runs by the big Ornella George for Trinidad and Tobago. But Trinidad and Tobago also look out for Kiki Jordan from the USA, who yesterday was very instrumental in their wins.
Ball swatted back there from DP Watkins. Into the midfield now here for TNT. Good tackle there.
And again, Trinidad and Tobago really trying to get positive rugby out in this first half here. They really need to start very positive in order to have the tails up in this game.
Up the guts right there is Kifa Devinas.
And again, Devinas is one of the only Tobago athletes on the Trinidad and Tobago team. And again, Trinidad and Tobago, a twin island state.
Alexandria Olton, coach of Trinidad and Tobago, looking on, cheering on her team. Going into touch there is Daniqua Gordon.
Again, Danique Gordon is part of the school girls rugby program over the years, and we can see the youth system for the girls working very well and reaping rewards on the national setup.
Here's a chance for USA South. Spinning out through the hands now. On this near side, trying to get around, and great tackle there by Daniqua Gordon. But USA still have the ball in hand. That's Gabby Colasurdo. Advantage here for the Americans. Big collision in the midfield. Taking that in is Kareem Priest. Spun out there by Durkin, into the hands. Good burst of speed here. This could be the first try for USA. Back inside brilliantly. Well, that's the hands there. Finished off by Gina Durkin. And the coaches for USA South love it. They're texting for Emily and friends back home saying, keep an eye on that one.
And again, as you watch the replay, nice support play by the scrum half here, just following up from the forwards, big forward run. And again, that's what good scrum halves are made of. Just keep following the play as they go.
You're asking me something? Oh, well, I'm a coffee person.
Unusual sight seeing the number 2 kicking for post here. Usually that's a job designated for the playmaker or wing or fullback.
Amy Setkowiak looking to add the extra 2 here for the United States.
And again, that try was made from excellent teamwork by USA, just supporting the runs at every opportunity they get. These
athletes coming together from all over the southeastern United States. varying states coming together. So these athletes only really met each other in the last couple of days. So they're starting to blend and starting to build a bit of a rapport with one another. That was great teamwork, as you said, Kelson. Early line break, back inside ball, and back inside again to Durkin. First try here for the Americans. Here's Pantor getting us back underway. Right in the hands of Durkin. Good tackle there from Nicolette Pantor. TNT trying to steal this ball. No clear release is the call.
Keep going back, keep going.
Referee communicating well there, saying get back and then play on, play on. Here's Durkin.
Backwards.
Off the hands of Sakawiak. Here's Fletcher. Into contact there. Thompson.
And again, resolute defense by Trinidad and Tobago, just pushing back the USA team. They're really not getting the ball in their hands and gain the yardage as they like, as they try to release their winger out wide.
Sensational hands there from Sam Black, picking that up off her bootstraps. And then eventually the ball goes to ground on that far side. Knock on here, and an opportunity for Trinidad and Tobago.
And again, USA trying to go on the outsides there. Just not getting the hands of Amanda Watkins from the Charlotte women's rugby team.
To your left. Yeah, there you go.
First grade teacher. She has a brother, cousins, and uncles and grandfather have all been state champions in wrestling. So quite an athletic family there for Watkins.
Fine. Set. Hold the ass, hold the ass. Hold the same channel. Let's have it again. What's the problem? Step in.
And again, Trinidad and Tobago's first scrum isn't going the way they would like, as they see the ball just bumping off one of the props' legs. And again, they just need to clear that ball to get it back to the last person's feet there.
Coach. Bind. Set.
Great shot of the scrum there for TNT. Another good push here from the Americans. Ball grabbed around the flanker's legs. Here's Pantor going herself. That one goes backwards, so the chase is on. Booted forward there by Thompson. Pantor taken hard into contact there by Casey Coulston.
Straight off the feet, sorry. Straight off the feet.
Penalty against USA. Up into the contact and a huge collision there. That's Akia O'Brien.
And again, Trinidad and Tobago just going direct routes at the moment. They're really taking it to the USSC. Jade Hudband using her nifty footwork there to the captain, Leah Kintiba.
Over the halfway line now for Trinidad and Tobago.
It's available, that's fine.
Spun out here, Kathleen Stephen. Good line break from Trinidad and Tobago. Needs a bit of support. She's isolated. The American players are trying to poach this ball immediately.
No hands anymore.
Slow ball here for TNT. Smashing the ball up there. Ornella George. There's Pantor. She's got a player on the outside. Touching, or nearing this touch line, I should say, is Afia Glasgow.
It was out.
Pantor does well to spin that ball out. Corlina Phillip. Bit of a sloppy ball there. USA trying to steal it. They have to release in the contact. Kathleen Stephen finds Jade Husbands on the outside there. Here's Trinidad and Tobago on the attack. Deniqua Gordon still with ball in hand, but they might lose it here. And it's been poached by the Americans. Opportunity to kick this ball downfield, but referee's going to bring it back.
Time off.
I believe we have an injury on the play. Marika Mendez.
Again, great foul play by Trinidad and Tobago there. Denique Gordon there from the Sauer Secondary School actually. Also had a stint with the Rhinos Rugby Club in the US, taking all the experience in and make it on the national team.
Well, it is quite hot here in Kingston, Jamaica. I'd say probably pretty close to 30 degrees right now. So these players are making sure they hydrate with the DK water that's provided, one of the sponsors of this tournament.
And just remind you, these games are being played at the UA Mona Bowl here in Jamaica. So if you're in the vicinity, admission is free. Come on down for international rugby action here at the university.
Of course, today's a big day in international rugby. If you don't want to hear the score or who won a couple of matches, mute the microphone for the next few seconds here. There's a couple of big games going on in the Southern Hemisphere. Ireland winning the series against New Zealand. I think it was 32-22. England defeating Australia to win their 3-game series, 21-17, and Wales against South Africa is on today. Also got Scotland against Argentina, Georgia defeating Portugal, USA taking on Chile in the second match of their Rugby World Cup qualifying series. So lots of international rugby being played. It's a great time to be a rugby fan right now, and great time to be watching this Rugby America's North tournament. Brian Kelly alongside Kelson Figaro bringing you coverage here from the UWI Mona Bowl. We've got one more tournament in the Rugby America's North calendar this year. We've got our Sevens tournament happening in Mexico City in the middle of November. That one, details are still being confirmed, but under 18 and senior men and women. That'll be a qualifying tournament for the Pan American Games, as well as the one other game that's eluding me at the moment. So keep that one in your calendar. I believe it's November 11th through 13th in Mexico City. That should be a fantastic weekend of rugby. Big push here from TNT. They've got the event, or no, referee saying they have to get back. So USA just going to send this one downfield, and the chase is on. Gathering that ball up there well is Denique Gordon. Referee saying it was okay to get back up and keep going.
And again, Onella George, the big police officer from Trinidad and Tobago, just using her strength there to just dispatch these USA tacklers.
Off your feet.
Penalty against the American player there, off her feet. Have to maintain a good body position on your feet if you're going to try and poach that ball. You can't dive over the top of it. So a couple minutes to go here before the halftime whistle. Trinidad and Tobago just trailing by 5 points, and Panther is just going to send this one into touch. Confident in their team's line out.
How many?
And again, great tactic there. Just good kick. Just give Trinidad and Tobago a better position, a better attacking position here to really level this score before the half.
Space has to stay up in the ruck. Space has to stay up. One step, please. Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Well, this is a big moment of the match here. Going in 5-all. Certainly make things interesting in the second 15 minutes. It's a good attacking platform here for TNT. They've swatted this ball back, a couple of bobbles, but now it's in the hands of Kalisha Harry. Hard player to bring down. A couple meters shy now. Here's TNT. Through the hands, Jade Husbands gets it out. Pantor, a little show and go herself. She gets past one. She's being wrapped up, needs to go to ground. American player does well to roll away. Little show and go, or pardon me, a snipe around the breakdown. That's try time for Trinidad and Tobago. Kathleen Stephen. Well, she saw the space around the breakdown there in a quick snipe. And we have try time here for TNT.
And again, as you look at the replay there, what confused the USA defense is the numbers pushed down on the blind side there and move the post which gave the scrum half from Trinidad and Tobago the opportunity for a try. Kathleen Stevens from the Polish Rugby Club in Trinidad and Tobago over for 5 points.
Polish Rugby Club?
Police.
Got it.
So there's a lot of police officers on the Trinidad and Tobago women's team at the moment, including the captain, Nicolette Panto, the George sisters as well.
Name the ball!
Still a couple minutes left here in the opening half. Getting back and gathering this ball there is Afia Glasgow. She steps off one, but a good tackle coming in from Thompson. USA challenging for this ball. They think they've won it. Well, restarts play such a big role in the game of rugby, and Trinidad and Tobago just basically pinned in their own half now. Here's Thompson, has to gather this ball up. Spinning it out there is Black. Out through the hands, little show and go, and we will have another try here for the Americans. Touching this one down is Amanda D.P. Watkins. Well, she had a player on the outside, didn't need her. Great little dummy there. And we have our second try of the match.
And again, the try came here with a mismatch on the outside there, a prop and a winger on the out, and a show and go. And Watkins is over the try line.
They can stay out, that's fine. You can come out. That's fine.
USA striking just before the half there. And again, all teams are susceptible after they just scored.
Well, a bit of a miscommunication here between the USA South players. T. Fletcher, no problem. What I was going to say is they didn't run the kicking tee out, but T. Fletcher says, look, you know what? I got this. It's all good. T. Fletcher sent in her bio sheet before this game. Born in Seoul, Korea, adopted at 7 months old. One of the first high school females to play varsity football, which opened up opportunities to be featured in, get this, Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen magazine, which then led to being flown to Key West in Florida to be on MTV with Mandy Moore that feature girls that kick butt in contact sports for men. What a great story there for T. Fletcher, who can also slot one heck of a drop goal.
Again, Trinidad and Tobago just losing a bit of steam there, and we need to pick it back up here just before the half. USA with their tails up at the moment and confident after that second try.
Amy Setkowiak getting that ball into contact. Through the hands here now, plenty of numbers. Interesting little grubber option here for USA. Not sure. Interesting move there from Afia Glasgow. Had no one around her, completely isolated, and just dropped to the floor and put the ball down. Not sure she realized she could have got up and just kept going, basically giving the ball to the Americans. Now they've got another advantage. Here's Durkin, spun out to the other side by Reeling.
And again, a bit of inexperience there by the Trinidad and Tobago team, or the Trinidad and Tobago player on that occasion, and just gifting USA back the ball. And we can see that has been a tactic in this first half, trying to put it behind the speedy runner.
Do you want a penalty here or across?
Well, the captain, Kristen Coulston there, went with a show and go herself. I'm not sure if that was the right option. She had another player outside her, but we're going to come back to the not releasing penalty in favor of the Americans. We've got to be close to the halftime whistle here.
And again, it's not as windy as it was the first couple of days, but it's very, very hot. No rain in sight today. Nice hard surface, make it good for the runners out here today.
Well, the USA saying, we're good with the first half, just electing to walk this one into touch. So they're going to take a 7-point advantage into the break here against Trinidad and Tobago. And Kelsey, you got to think that, USA's in the driver's seat here.
At the moment, yes, they are, but still the second half to play, and normally most games are a tale of two sides, so we never know what can happen next.
Absolutely. There you have a look at it. 12-5 is the lead here at the UE Mona Bowl. USA South, 2 tries to the 1 of Trinidad and Tobago. This is day 3 of the 2022 RAN Women's 12s and Men's Under-19 tournament. Live on Sportsmax throughout the Caribbean. Look at the fan support here. Plenty of excitement in the first half between these two sides. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Yui Mona Bowl. We're at halftime. Jamaica, Kingston in Jamaica. USA South leading Trinidad and Tobago 12-5 here. This is the second semi-final. Let's take a look at the first half highlights from the opening 15 minutes. These two sides advancing to the semis with wins yesterday. T. Fletcher getting us underway, kicking deep, pinning Trinidad and Tobago back inside their own territory on the opening first few minutes. Let's take a look at this first try. Durkin spinning it out through the hands, and watch just brilliantly the player support back inside, and then Durkin, who started the play, touching it down for the opening points of the game for USA. Here's Nicolette Pantor. Good break up just nearing the try line for Trinidad and Tobago, and the snipe beautifully by Kathleen Stephen, scoring to get one back and tying this game. However, the Americans would take the lead once again. That's brilliantly done by the winger Amanda Watkins, and the extra two coming off a drop kick. So the Americans leading 12-5. We're going to send it down to the sideline for sideline reaction with both USA South and Trinidad and Tobago.
Kiki, the USA South team is leading right now. What do you need to do in the second half to ensure you extend that lead?
We just have to make sure that we just keep coming up, launching up together as a team, instead of just, you know, coming up, like some of us is coming up and then some of us are like holding our feet. As long as we come up together as a team, I think we can keep putting that pressure and that momentum on them.
What are some of the weaknesses that you would have seen in the Trinidad and Tobago's team, and how do you plan to exploit them?
So they have a lot of big girls, so I think just making sure to just like chop them at their legs, instead of trying to tackle them up high and trying to get the ball, just like forget the ball and just like get them down low. That's like the best thing to do, because they have a lot of hard runners. So I think it's best for us to just stay tackling low, make sure that we get right there at the feet, ankles. That's like the best thing to do.
Marika, the team is 12, well, the score is 12-5. That's just one try and a conversion away from where you are. Do you think you can get it, and how do you get to extend it?
Definitely think that we can get it. Our team is full of talented players all around. We have strength in the forwards, we have strength in the backs. It's just about us sticking to our pattern and playing our game and playing with the consistency that we have been playing with thus far through the tournaments to just finish and get this done.
What is coach going to say to the team?
What is coach going to say? Well, that's a secret. Probably just as I said, just to stick to the pattern, play consistently, just settle it down at some points and just continue to play our game as we have been doing throughout the tournament.
"15 minutes remaining here in this semi-final clash between Trinidad and Tobago and USA South Panthers. The Americans holding a one converted try lead, 12-5, as the classic USA chants ringing through the stadium here at the Huey Mona Bowl. Brian Kelly alongside Kelson Fugaro of Trinidad and Tobago. That ball is gathered well there by Kiwi McKenzie. Represented New Zealand, playing polo in China. Trained as a lock when she first joined rugby. Also played a bit of time at outside center as well. Here's Fletcher moving the ball on that far side. Wow, Cindy has been electric this entire tournament, and she is off to the races. That could be another try, but it's been bobbled. I don't believe it. What a tackle by Trinidad and Tobago. That is sensational. Who made that tackle? Let's get on the replay here.
As we see Jade Husbands there from Caribs Rugby Club. Excellent work tracking back and forcing the error there by the USA player.
Wow, without a doubt, that's one of the tackles of the tournament so far. That's Jade Husbands. Incredible.
Coach. Fine. Set. Hold.
Wow, we'll see if that tackle plays a role in this game. Of course, if that went under the post, there's a good chance that could have been a 14-5 lead, which is a 2-score game. Well, if TNT can get out of their half here, that would be a huge stop that could have a big outcome in this match. But there's still lots of work to do for the ladies from TNT. Scrum on their own 5 under all sorts of pressure from this big American pack who'd like to get a good shove on. As you see right there, both USA teams in this tournament specializing in the scrum. Here's Pantor just sliding that one into the midfield, but 2 players back waiting for it, but the ball not going to ground.
And again, trying to do just relieving pressure with a kick there, trying to turn the ball over. Great counter rocking by Tobago, but the referee tackle wasn't rolling away.
Daniqua Gordon of Trinidad and Tobago off your screen, receiving some medical attention. She's had a brilliant game so far here for TNT, so it would be a big loss for them if she was not able to close out this match.
And Tobago needs to get the ball into the speedy winger Afia Glasgow. As we look at the replay there, Daniqua Gordon just putting a lot of pressure on the USA team here. And again, she's been excellent so far this tournament.
Well, we made it 12 matches staying on schedule yesterday, and we've had a few injuries and cards and stoppages so far in these first 2 matches. So if you're following along on the schedule of today's games, we do have about a 2.5-hour break in between the matches where we will be able to get caught back up in the time. But the first couple games are a bit delayed, so just keep that in mind. There's a USA South team trying to book their ticket into this championship final later this afternoon. The winner of this game will, of course, meet Jamaica in the championship final. USA losing to Mexico, who are not here this weekend, in the last competition in 2019 at Bellevue Plantation and Polo Club in Barbados. Warming up there on that side, Kitara Monroe could be coming onto the side, making an impact for her team. And here's Gordon stepping off the pitch now. Looks like she's favoring one of her knees. So that is a big loss for TNT. She's been huge for her side on both sides of the ball.
And again, Qatar Monroe coming on the pitch right now. First tournament was in Bahamas, the 7th team. Scored the first try of the tournament yesterday. Excellent try going around the outside, and she'll be coming on to make an impact right now for the TNT team.
Here's USA back on the attack. Driving forward, breaking one tackle. Corrine Priest. Well, that's a good 20-meter run there for the Americans. Through the hands now. Up into contact.
Rock, no hands, rock.
Here's Durkin. Has to fish that ball out of the back of the breakdown. Good half gap and a ball out the back. Passed into the hands of Gabby Colasurdo. Here's Durkin. Kiki Jordan. Good ball to Campbell. Still going. These Americans love to just keep this ball alive. 2 meters to go. 2 Trinidad players holding her up. That's a brilliant try-saving tackle. 2 players getting their hands on it. Who's got it now?
Time off, please. Time off, please. Time off. Time is off.
And again, it was Onella George coming on the outside there, just snatching up the player, the USA number 6 there, just before she could put the ball down. As you look at the replay there, USA getting out wide. Onella George doing great work to just pull her back and keep the ball tied up just enough to stop the try there.
Wow, that's sensational work there.
And again, Tobago just holding on here slightly, but the score is still 12-5 in favor of the USA, and a lot to do from here.
Well, another injury here for Trinidad and Tobago. So the medical staff are having a big day here. I'd like to thank all of the medical staff. Of course, this week has been the RAN Super Week. There's been tons of immediate care in rugby and coaching and refereeing and development courses all taking place here at the UE, which is the University of the West Indies campus. So big thank you to Jamaica Rugby Union, Jerry Benswick, the president, as well as Sharmella, who's been leading all of that, and Dr. Araba Shintao, Scott Harland, Aaron Kennedy, Neil Brooks, and everyone who's been leading it from the Rugby Americas North team here in Kingston. This is a great week of international rugby for everyone involved. RAN's mission is to grow the game of rugby, men's, women's, 7s, 15s, and in this case 12s rugby. That's what we're working on. We're trying to get back from the COVID-19 pandemic, which wreaked havoc on rugby in our region the last few years. So this competition and these super weeks and training conferences are exactly what we need to try and spark rugby back underway. Kelson, you said that Trinidad and Tobago has just had very little, if not no, rugby the last almost 3 years. So these athletes must be loving being back here representing their nation's colors.
And again, everyone's super excited to be playing rugby again, leaving the country and really doing what they love, which is to play rugby. But playing rugby over a couple of days is a very hard task for the bodies, and fitness plays a great part or a great deal in making this successful.
Rugby has a long-standing tradition in Trinidad and Tobago. I sort of read a little bit into, there was a book made in the last year about the 100-year history of rugby in Trinidad and Tobago, and has a long tradition on both of the islands. Lots of clubs, lots of touring sides, and the national team dating back, what, 100 years?
You're right, Brian. I mean, 100 years of rugby in Trinidad and Tobago really started with 1 or 2 clubs and evolved into what it is today. At least a dozen clubs playing rugby every weekend, and multiple levels of rugby from 8th grade all the way up to senior level.
Well, this tournament here is hopefully going to kickstart things back in both of the islands, Trinidad and Tobago. As you said, Kelson, earlier in the broadcast yesterday, that the COVID-19 restrictions are starting to be lifted in some capacity, so athletes can get back out on the fields. Of course, we've got the Under-18 Championship coming up in Mexico City in November, so to have that carrot to dangle in front of the athletes to turn up to training Tuesday, Thursday is fantastic, and we'll see what these Trinidad and Tobago women can muster up here. We've got under 10 minutes to play here in the second half. They trail USA South by 1 converted try, but they're deep inside their own territory here, so they'll have to be smart to get this ball out. Another huge shove from the Americans. They'll have to be smart here. Trying to find Pantor. She steps, gets past one, gets past another. She's still going. She's at the 22 now. Well, this is Nicolette Pantor. She's still going. Look at this run. Police officer by day, rugby sensation always. Finally tackled by 2 USA players. That's a good 60-meter run. One of the American players down off your screen. Into contact there. Marika Mendez. Ball going backwards, says the referee. That's Jade Husbands. But right straight into the hands. I don't believe it. Does she have the pace? She's brought down. Tackled well there by Katara Monroe. Fresh on the pitch. Well, there's an interesting bit of skill from the Americans. Ball slippery on the deck, just kicking it back to their side. That's a smart play. Educated rugby play there.
And again,
now back to Trinidad and Tobago. We're going to come back to a penalty. So another try-saving tackle, Kelson.
And again, the Trinidad Tobago wingers are doing excellent work of making of amends there, as Kathleen Stevens just popped it into the hands of Amanda Watkins. She didn't know what to do, but she just ran with it and just safely enough for Trinidad Tobago. Monroe came back and made a tackle. As look at the replay, straight into the hands of Watkins. She couldn't believe it, but just didn't have the legs, and the fresh substitution that Trinidad Tobago made did the trick.
Well, a big shout out to RJ and Peyton. Amanda Watkins' 2 kids. I'm sure they're listening back home, watching their mother. Already has 1 try. There's a good shot of her there. Already has 1 try in this contest. Was a couple meters shy of another.
And again, we can comfortably say now USA is in the driver's seat. Just half of the match remaining. And again, Trinidad Tobago really need to pull it together to really pull this out of the hat.
Clifton, what do we have for time?
About
5 minutes?
No, John.
That's it?
Scott, 10 to go.
10 to go.
10 to go. 10 to go.
One more women's 12s game to go before we have a couple-hour break. The Dominican Republic taking on the Cayman Islands. Should be another exciting contest. 2 sides that are just dying to have more international competition. 2 islands that the love of rugby is quite high, and they're trying their best to develop athletes as quick as they can.
And again, Brian, this is the second semi-final for the women. The winner goes straight into the final later today to play for the cup.
Well, exciting times for rugby in the United States. Of course, the men's and women's Rugby World Cup in 2031 and 33 being awarded to the United States, which is fantastic because it gives almost a 10-year lead-in. As we all know, rugby in the U.S. is growing at quite an exponential rate, so it's great to see the 2 big events handed out to our region. And speaking on behalf of Rugby Americas North, the organization that I work for that's hosting this competition, having those events in our region is just going to have a spillover effect to our entire region throughout the Caribbean, Canada, Mexico. Just the love of the game is going to grow, the amount of sponsors getting on board, the amount of broadcast, the amount of funding, and it's just the next 10 years in rugby is a great time period because we're all going to build off having the men's and women's Rugby World Cup. I had the pleasure of working at 4 Rugby World Cups with Canada's men's and women's national teams, and those events just bring together the absolute best of the world of rugby. The amount of people that will be coming to our region to enjoy everything that we have to offer is going to be huge, and it's just going to be an exciting 10-year period, the golden decade, which Rugby World Cup has dubbed it. And we will see Trinidad and Tobago, Trinidad and Tobago, Cayman Islands, Guyana, Bahamas, Barbados, all benefiting from having rugby on the forefront here in our region, which is excellent.
And as you mentioned, Brian, Rugby World Cup being in this half of the world give not just players but fans opportunity to go and see these games live, as mainly in the past they'd be too far out our reach, and we get opportunity to see international players for the first time, and we really be inspiring for players, coaches and fans alike.
Absolutely. It'll be interesting to see which cities will get the nod to host. I'm standing beside Miami's unofficial governor, Gavin McLeavy, who's saying let's bring it to Miami. A little bit of sunshine, a little bit of warm weather.
A lot of stoppages. 10 minutes left.
Well, we're back underway here momentarily. USA South with an attacking platform here right in front of the post. They go out the back door though. They're trying to exploit this far side. Well, she's done it so many times here in this tournament. That's Cindy Campbell touching down, second try for USA South. Wow, she's been amazing so far in this competition. She just gathers this ball, fakes on the outside, tackle coming in there by Carlina Phillip, but just can't stop her from crossing the line. And you know what that means? It's time for the Babe Ruth point.
And again, Cindy Campbell, excellent all tournament long. Really just everywhere she needs to be and at the right time. And she's too powerful to stop on that occasion.
Well, no Babe Ruth point in this because they're going for a drop goal. It was successful last time. Well struck, certainly, but pushed off to the right. Wind pushing that one away from the posts. As you can see on the flags there, the wind is just pushing this ball towards the American half, so it's in favor of Trinidad and Tobago at the moment, but that doesn't matter. USA now 12 points ahead, so one converted try and another unconverted try. So Trinidad and Tobago, Kelson here, they're in deep. If they're going to want to win this game, they got to get back right away.
Yes, again, and Trinidad and Tobago really need someone to lead from the front here. And again, they're going to they need to utilize the wingers out wide, the Fia Glasgow's and Monroe, who just come on the pitch. And again, inspiration maybe needed from the captain, Leah Kantiba, from the Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force.
Well, here's their opportunity. They got the advantage, couple minutes to play. If they're going to get back in this game, they need a score and they need it quickly. Well, that's not going to do it. There's a knock on.
Lost forward.
Referee was still playing advantage, so we're going to come back.
Yes,
so a scrum now here for Trinidad and Tobago, 40 meters out, pretty close to the middle of the field.
Focus to the left. That's the line is the middle.
And again, we need to look for powerful running by Kantiba, the Trinidad and Tobago captain. She plays wing and prop in sevens, but she's playing in the scrum in this tournament.
Coach!
You can hear the wind on our broadcast mics. It's really picked up in the last sort of 10 minutes. Trinidad and Tobago splitting their offense through the backs.
It's out, it's out, it's out.
Ball out. Here's Pantor. Down this side. Towards the near side, but it is a forward pass, unfortunately. So their own worst enemies at this point.
And again, Trinidad and Tobago not using the right option there. They use the short side of the field, packed too many players, and they just ran out of room and options. So USA South with a put in.
Well, how about Gina Durkin? Had a sensational game, and she's been one of the stars of this tournament so far. The number 9 for USA. Western Kentucky University, Nashville Stone Gypsies Rugby Club. Into the midfield. Here's Campbell breaking past one over the halfway line. So hard to bring down. Durkin. Offside advantage for the Americans. Into contact there is Coolston, the captain.
Still play advantage.
Still on the advantage is the call.
And again, USA just slowing the play down there, just trying to get it right and use the ball wide. And again, it's the hand of Watkins. She's been everywhere today.
There's Coolston getting past one, finally tackled down.
Back, stay.
Here's Macy spinning this ball out.
Rock time, no hands.
Well, the time is in favor of USA at this point as they maintain this possession. Out through the hands now. Into contact there, Rachel Bradley. Here's Campbell once again. Good tackle there from Kadira George. Good tackle from Marika Mendez.
No feet.
And again, USA just doing a good job of slowing it down there, just milking out the penalty.
Here's Kiki Jordan. Out to Campbell.
No hands. Still playing advantage.
Good go forward ball here from Callie Woods. Huge counter ruck there from Carlina Phillip. I think it's Carlina Phillip who's lost the numbers on the jersey.
What's the decision? They have a shot to goal.
And again, it's trying to be so speedy that the numbers just slip off their back apparently.
You're the mark, right? Time is off.
Well, the referee saying time off. Wants
wait,
to
wait. Let me see.
take a look at something on the far side of the field.
They have a shot to goal.
Interesting choice by USA. Just going to stretch their lead.
They have a shot.
By going for post, that's going to add an extra 3 points.
No drop shot to goal. You need T.
It's T. Fletcher just going to add the extra points if it's possible. Just push the score a little out of the reach of Trinidad and Tobago.
Well, there's one for the law book. T. Fletcher saying, I'd like to go for a drop goal off of this penalty, but the referee saying you have to bring the kicking tee out. There's one for the law books. Have to use a kicking tee. Well, I've been calling for it. Maybe now we'll see the Babe Ruth point.
And again, trademarked move. Trademarked here in the tournament so far. Again, Cindy Campbell has been excellent with the boot. And the Alpharette Exiles players really standing out here in this tournament.
Cindy Campbell played at the Dubai Sevens with Phoenix Rugby Club. There it is. There's the Babe Ruth point. Patented. From the Atlanta Harlequins. Phoenix Harpooners Rugby Clubs. Well, she makes no mistake there. And that's a crucial kick for USA Celtic. Just a couple minutes left on the board. That essentially takes it to a 3-score game by adding those 3 points.
Roughly
down by
12.
TNT were down by 12. Now they're down by 15. So they have to get 3 tries to get back into this. And I don't think we have the time left on the clock. We've got a couple minutes left. Nicolette Pantor.
2.5.
2.5 to go here.
Stay behind. Yep.
And again, USA South has done a great job so far managing the team and managing the speedy wingers from Trinidad and Tobago. As we see Durkins look to dispatch our players out wide once more.
Well, this relentless attack from USA just back on the charge. Durkin. Through the hands now to that far side.
Good play on. I'm happy with it.
Referee's flag down at the moment. I believe that's Campbell once again. Here's Jordan. She's through a gap. Needs a bit of support.
Wow, she was strong. I'm happy. Keep going. Advantage.
There's Pantor. Advantage still on. Knockback 10 is the call.
Not 10.
And again, the great work by Kadira George. Just pinching the ball there from the USA team, and Nicolette Pantor trying to take the quick tap. Didn't work in her favor, and Trinidad and Tobago doesn't have time on their side.
You guys are making a change.
Let's go,
What number's off?
Let's go again.
Wait for time.
Come on, ladies.
Thanks. Not 10.
As we see Angel Johnson onto the pitch for Trinidad and Tobago, they make a quick change, and the kick isn't what they wanted to be. Rolls into the try line, and Watkins is just gonna watch it roll out.
One minute left, ladies.
1 minute to go. We'll have a 22-meter dropout. Coach Alexandria Olton likely not happy with the final results of this game. Here's T. Fletcher, knowing that they can go quick if she just kicks this one forward, getting centimeters over the line, and that's all you need. So USA gathering this ball once again. Smart play there from Fletcher. Watkins wrapped up and thrown into touch on this near side. Well, as someone who's played in the back three and the winger
When the ball is good there.
many times in your career, it's hard when the ball just gets shoveled sideways to you and there's no time and no space. And that was a tough one for Watkins, just getting tossed into touch.
And again, that's what we call a hospital pass. That's a quick way, quick ticket on the fastest route to a bed in the hospital there, that pass.
Here's Kadira George. Still time left for one last play. Swatted back brilliantly by the Americans, and they're happy to just kick this one into touch. So the championship final is confirmed. The USA South Panthers will meet Jamaica at 4:40 today, local time here in Kingston, Jamaica. Trinidad and Tobago will go into the consolation round to face off against St. Lucia, Cayman Islands, Dominican Republic. And it's going to be a double championship final. The USA South Panthers women against Jamaica, and in the men's championship final tomorrow. So that's great for the home fans here. If you're interested, coming down to the UE Mona Bowl, cheering on your Jamaican home side against USA South as the victory 20-5 in favor of the Americans. Let's take a look at the highlights of this exciting semi-final clash. USA South on your right against Trinidad and Tobago. T. Fletcher getting us underway, pinning Trinidad and Tobago deep inside their half early on off the kickoff. And Durkin gets things underway here. This one goes through the hands. Great support off this ball from the United States. Back inside. Wow, she started it and finished it. That's G. Durkin touching it down for the opening score. Nicolette Pantor breaks through. 2 tackles, finally brought down 2 meters shy for Trinidad and Tobago. But a snipe off the back there from Husbands, and she levels the score. But the Americans right back on the attack once again. Watch this ball just get through the hands, and then Watkins show and go brilliantly, pins her ears back and dots it down, and another 2 points, taking this one to 12-5. But watch the try-saving tackle here. That is sensational. Campbell with the offload, but it's bobbled by Durkin. Try-saving tackle there, but Watkins once again making a line break, and yet again another try-saving tackle, this time coming from Katara Monroe. But the USA's relentless attack once again. Cindy Campbell just smashing over the line. She's been so dominant in this tournament over the last day and a half as she looked to add the extra 2 points. Unsuccessful on the conversion, but good for 3 points off of a penalty. And a dominant victory for USA. We're going to send it down to the sideline for post-match reaction.
Coach Alexandra, not the result that you would have wanted here today, but what is your overall assessment of your team's performance?
You know, really positive. The girls went in, put in. I asked them just to empty the tanks, stick to the discipline of the pattern that we've been working on, and they did that. You know, USA gave us great competition. They capitalized on the areas that we fell a little bit short. So, but overall, very proud of my team. So. Yeah.
Would you say though that they stuck to the game plan?
They did for the most part, but of course as a team in development it's going to take time and repetition to remain consistent, but you know, but generally I would say yes.
So you have another game this evening. What is going to be the rest and routine like?
It's going to be, you know, see the physio, repair, patch, make sure everybody's okay, fed, hydrated, rested, get mobile again close to the game, get our warm up and come back out and finish the job.
Alright, see you later this
Thank you very much.
All right. Let's have a chat with the coach for USA Rugby South. Coach, you must be happy into the final. What do you make of your team's performance here today?
I was very proud of them, dug deep, especially with the injury. It's always hard to kind of come back from that moment and recapture the energy, and they capitalized. They immediately coming off of that scored a try, kind of got the momentum back on our side, and so that was really good to see.
Yeah, could you give us an update on exactly what went wrong with your injured player?
She went for a tackle, landed funny. It is a broken forearm, we believe. We'll find out when we get x-rays.
Okay, well, we'll see you this evening, and I'm pretty sure you'll be prepared.
Yep, we'll do.
All right.
Thank you.